Spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down my spine. It's time for cover chasing with the defects right on time. Ooh. What is up, defects? You heard it right. Welcome back to another episode of Cover Chasing. Cover Chasing. Ooh, man, I love that intro. Guys, you heard it right. Obviously, Spooky Scary Skeletons. We're bringing you a special edition of Cover Chasing this week. It's Halloween, guys. So say what's up, boys.
Let's do this. Cover chasing. There's good stuff here, guys. There's going to be a little bit of a knowledge drop, so stay tuned. You're going to like this one.
Uh-oh, Matty Forge talking about knowledge dropping.
He always does that. Jay, you want to give us a little info on our sponsors, buddy?
First up, we got Erie Erod 212 from Scary Island. Express comic book pressing for all your pressing and cleaning needs. Erod will blaze your books. Use Defects 10 for 10% off. Not only that, Erod will pass along his discounts from CGC and CBCS. Next up, if it ain't scary enough, we'll just leave it at Mutant Beaver, one of the world's largest online retailers for exclusive comic book variants, shipping worldwide. Defects 10, get you 10% off. Tell Pat and the B-Man the Defects sent you.
Ooh, and I love that it's Halloween. It's going to be a fun time, guys. Why not bring scary books into Cover Chasing? So without further ado, like Matty Forge says, let's get into them books. First up, we're going to go with the Butch's picks for Halloween. We got Wolverine number 55. Jay, tell us a little bit about this book, buddy.
That's it. Wolverine number 55 from July of 2007. Jeff Loeb and Simon Bianchi, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for the cover. Done by my man Greg Land, guys. It is The Death of Sabretooth, and we all know this cover swipe from the iconic crime suspense stories number 22 from 1954. Guys, it don't get spookier than that. I love how they just show the Sabretooth head. Wolvie's cut off. You just see his torso with the claws holding the dead Sabretooth. I mean, this is great right here. Greg Land absolutely killed this cover. Had to pick it for my Halloween cover, guy.
Listen, it's not a bad pick, man. A little gory. I don't know if that's like his body on the ground over there. It looks like it pretty much is. So you could tell it's Sabretooth with got the fangs,
Got the ruffle.
the hair, got the little ruffle. Yeah, I know, I see it. Jay, let's talk about it. Obviously you picked it because it's Halloween and you like scaring the shit out of me.
Yeah, there you go, guys. And I own it. I own a copy of this. I bought this way back in the day. I might have bought this off the rack, actually. I had this.
Nice.
I have 1 or 2 copies in my collection. A book you could get on the cheap, probably like $30 raw. I don't see many of these graded, although it would look awesome in a yellow label signed by Greg Land. So you never know. Hey, if he's doing a CGC signing or at a con, I might have to bring a copy to get signed and get that yellow label.
And what wouldn't be the yellow label and the signature without a nice remark from the king of the remarks?
There you go.
That's true.
So, aspirations, ladies and gentlemen. Matty Forge, you want to jump on to the next book?
Sure will.
And it wouldn't be a defect show if the Butcher wasn't bringing out the Punisher. The Punisher number 75, boys and girls. And that is just a dope cover. Jay, give us a little info.
There you go. Punisher Volume 2, issue number 75, February of 1993, guys. Written by Dan Abbott and Andy Lanning. Interiors by Doug Brathwaite, our friend Joe Rubenstein, and Simon Bisley. And of course, we're here for cover chasing. So we got Steve Geiger on the cover. Guys, this is known as the Michael Myers variant in the comic book community. You know I'm a Punisher fan. You know he's my favorite character. This is one of my favorite covers. You could see like the reflection of his face has like that Punisher skull to it. Michael Myers feel. Loving this cover for Halloween, so I had to represent my buddy the Punisher here.
I'll tell you this much, Jay. Looking at that, and I was actually looking at it right now on screen, and I didn't notice his face until you, like right before you said it. I'm staring at it, and I'm going, "That's like the skull in his face." I go, "That is crazy."
Awesome, awesome, awesome issue, guys. Awesome. Volume 2 is one of my favorite Punisher runs. And like I said, this is one of my favorite characters. Had to throw it in for Halloween, man. Had to give Frankie Boy some love.
Dope pick, man. Do you have this book?
Yeah, multiple copies of this book. I always grab it whenever I could see it. A book, guys, you could buy on the absolute cheap right now. Another book you know what? I've never seen this book graded, only raw, but a beautiful book.
You better get on that, man.
That black cover is gonna be tough in a 9.8.
Yeah, and it's one of those like in raised covers, so card stock.
Nice. Good
All
pick,
right.
man.
But you're bringing some heat.
Keeping with the Halloween theme, we're gonna go to Matty Forge's picks this week.
This guy.
Oh boy, Matty Forge, bringing an X-Force book out there, number 25. Give us a little info, buddy.
Yeah, so I'm going to go straight to the cover art here. We got Clayton Crane. I think it's a 1 in 10 or 1 in 15. Sorry, I should have looked that up. It's a 1 in 10 or 1 in 15, and it's the Bram Stoker's Dracula homage, that movie poster homage. Guys, this is cool. I like Bram Stoker. I kind of dig the vampires. This was a good little X-Force run here. They actually had some really good covers. There's a bunch of homages like in this span. Pretty cool. So when Forge said, "Hey, we need some Halloween covers," I said, "Let me find something that's pretty cool and has a little bit of value to it, because this book actually does have some value to it." Raw, these go for like $50 or $60, surprisingly. Clayton Crane killed it, and people, horror has a cult following. There's actually a 9.8 on eBay right now for $200. So that actually sounds like, I don't want to say a low price, but usually when a raw, like a higher end raw book, goes for $50 or $60, you would think, 9.8 is probably closer to 300. So $200 right now for sale on eBay. I don't have this book. I would definitely be on the lookout for it now, though. Now that I've done a little research, it's something that I just looked up for this, specifically for this episode, and I'm glad I found it, because it is a pretty cool cover there. What do you guys think?
It scares the shit out of me, man.
I know the guy. I know that. I mean,
It doesn't scare me. I'll tell you the total opposite right now. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to go.
you swap places with. I can't even tell who that is.
I don't think I.
Swapping in.
Jay's just swapping in. He's swapping something, but
But I like it. You got Wolverine on the top. I mean, I see Cyclops on the side. I mean, some of them I can make out, some of them I can't. But
you got Domino there on the left hand side.
Domino, yeah. Yep. So it was very creative, and that's why it held its value, right? There's nothing key about it. But if you flip it through a long box and you see this, grab it, because it is a somewhat valuable book.
Grab it and send it to Jay.
Send it to Guy.
No.
Defects unite.
I'll put some ghost in the background. You lend that book to me.
And next up, for Matty Forge's second pick in this Halloween special edition of Cover Chasing, we have Avengers number 83. And I'm just going to use a line from a song, and Matty Forge, tell me why.
Yes, that is the question, right? Because you're looking at this cover, and you're probably like, that's not a Halloween cover. It's not a horror cover. It's not any type of homage. And you're right. So I cheated a little bit, okay? I cheated. I went off script. This is not a cover, but it is Halloween related. So follow me, guys. Follow me. So Avengers 83, written by Roy Thomas. So I'm mentioning the writer because inside the book, okay, there is the first appearance of the Rutland Halloween parade. Okay. And this is a famous parade. So this book is also this is a pricey book, and because it has some significance. It's the first appearance of Valkyrie, but we find out later that it's Enchantress in disguise. It's also the first appearance of the Lady Liberators, Scarlet Witch, Wasp, Black Widow, Medusa, which disbands immediately in this book, but this is the Valkyrie spec, this book. So let me show you the interior real quick. So if you could see it there, you could see in the top panel, you have a parade, and it says, in person, the Avengers 11th annual Halloween, and I'm sure it says parade, Rutland, Vermont. So held every year in Rutland, Vermont since 1960. This is real life. So since 1960 in Rutland, Vermont, there is a superhero themed parade. It was founded by the late Tom Fagan. Okay. And it started making its way into comics, starting with Avengers number 83. It appeared second time. The second time it appeared was in a DC book, Batman 237. And then they did kind of like crossovers where it was like the first unofficial Marvel DC crossovers where some of the characters in the parade in the DC books were Marvel characters and some of the characters in the Marvel books were DC characters. So pretty fun fact. Roy Thomas, like I said, is the writer. Jerry Conway, trying to think, John Buscema, all show up in the parade at certain times throughout comics here. The area, Rutland, Vermont, actually became a place in comics. It showed up like 13 or 15 times in Marvel, like a mystical area where a lot of evil plans were hatched. Like Dormammu had something there. So it is kind of an important spot. And the Halloween parade, it mimicked real life. They've been doing this since 1960. They're putting one on this year, 2021. So I thought this was a really cool, fun fact. An awesome book, right? I mean, if you go back to the cover, this is just an awesome cover regardless. I have a copy or two of this. I would pick this up whenever you can. It's an undervalued Silver Age book. Yeah, so I cheated a little bit on the Halloween cover, but come on, guys. Do I get some points here for the parade?
Listen, you can cheat all you want when you bring a story like that into cover chasing. Because you know what? Guys, you didn't just get covers on this pick. You got such a storyline that, you know what? Maybe the defects got to go to Vermont.
Guy,
never know.
You just took the words out of my mouth. Rutland, Vermont, or bust 2022 for the Halloween parade. I think the defects should be there. Full costume.
I got one question. Who's coming with?
Who's coming with me?
Put it in the comments if you're down to join this
Let's
parade.
go.
2022.
Jan,
The
thank
defects
you,
tour
Jan.
bus is going to Vermont, and Vermont will never be the same.
Oh, God. Did we get a float? Tell us if you've been there. I guarantee there's at least 3 or 4 people that are going to tell us they've been
Can we get our own float? Is that possible?
there. I mean, anything's possible with a
Does
defect.
someone want to build a float? I know a guy who's good with wood. Can he build the float?
Big
How
Daddy
about
John.
this? We all
Daddy.
float down here.
Oh,
Is that a
wow.
movie quote? Do I get a pass from the Forge Boys?
I don't even know what that is.
Neither do I.
So
You guys kidding me?
oh my God, defects.
Jay is so discouraged right now.
We're gonna go to Guy Forge's picks this week because you know what? I had to bring some fun to the Halloween picks, right? So I went with a couple Scarecrow picks, which I think are pretty dope. This is Avengers Halloween Special number 1 from obviously Marvel, guys. It's the Avengers 2018. This came out, cover done by Jeff Shaw. Let's just talk about this cover, okay? You got pumpkins. You got carved pumpkins. Now, let's say I've done a Punisher carved pumpkin. I've done a Hulk carved pumpkin myself, too. Came out pretty crazy. They took a long time, so I know how long it took to draw them. Let's just put it at that. Then you got the kids in the back dressed up as Hulk, Thor, and who's that? Is that Spidey? I can't even see it.
You got the Venom Scarecrow. Oof.
And the Venom Scarecrow, obviously, to top it off. I was going there, so...
Sorry.
What do you guys think? That's okay. What do you guys think?
Jeff Shaw killed this cover. I was going to say it right now. All those other pumpkins are soft except for the Punisher pumpkin. It looks the best, and that's why Shaw put it in the front.
Those other ones are gonna rot before that one. So
There's a lot of detail on this cover. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot. I mean, if you really I'm looking at it, there is a ton of detail. Really cool cover.
I thought this was a good pick for Halloween, guys. And then you know what? To top it off, why not? The boys want Punisher, so Guy Forge gives them Punisher. One of the coolest covers I think ever for Halloween. Punisher #1 from 2016, cover done by Raza. He's like Cher. He only needs one name: Madonna, Cher. That's Raza. All right, not Razan Ghul, just Raza. So
this is the annual, right? This is the annual.
Yeah, it's a pretty dope
A
cover.
null?
#1 annual. I just listen. You got the pumpkin on top over there, the Scarecrow, Punisher. I think it's just crazy. Jack-o'-lantern. What do you think, guys?
God,
I
Jack.
love it, man. One of my favorite, probably my favorite Halloween cover. I'm partial to Punisher. I love that the lettering's in orange. Just a bad ass cover. Great pick, guy.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Again, a lot of detail on this cover. Like at the bottom of the Punisher logo, you got the thorns, the thicket sticking up, the clouds in the background. Really, really awesome. And of course, Frankie Castle. How can you go wrong?
Happy Halloween, bitches. Defects, thanks for coming out for cover chasing. You know we always like to have fun with this. A little bit of a different show. Just talking about the covers and what we like. Matty Forge bringing some extra knowledge this week. Happy Halloween to everybody. It's coming. Halloween is coming. And this guy's excited. Because you know what? Next Wednesday, we got our live show. And it's going to be a little Halloween special, guys. So you know what? Defects like to dress up a little bit. You were around last Halloween, so you know what we did then. Do me a favor. Like the video. Thumbs up. Give us a comment. Let us know if you like the covers we picked. Maybe you mentioned some covers that you like for Halloween. I know we left out little Batman Halloween, long Halloween, stuff like that. That was very close to making the list. So thank you guys again for showing up. For the Butcher, for Matt Forge. See you on the next episode of Cover Chasing.